Last night's incredible Game 1 of the NBA Finals, especially the fourth quarter, got me thinking, Spurs fans, that maybe, just maybe, these three guys could share the court together and it'll work. What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports TGIF. And there's been a lot of talk about the Spurs' second overall pick. Are they going to trade it? Are they going to draft Dylan Harper? What about the fit? In last night's game, it really got me thinking. It really did. This is the Indiana Pacers. Miles Turner, one of the best players on their team, only played 6.5 minutes in the fourth quarter. And then when you drop down to the Oklahoma City Thunder, Chet Holmgren played even less. 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Yeah, Hartenstein was out there at times. But what really stood out in that game last night, besides the incredible comeback by the Pacers, who only led 0.3 seconds of the game, the last 0.3 seconds, is in the last 3 minutes, both teams pulled their centers. Both teams went small ball, which we've seen both teams do before. But these are the teams in the NBA Finals. Is that kind of a winning formula, going smallish? And I asked myself, watching that game, do our Spurs have something similar brewing? Well, yes and no. Where I do see a big difference is I don't see our San Antonio Spurs pulling Wemby at the end of the game. The alien's going to stay out there. He can do incredible things on both sides of the court. He's a 7'6", 3-point shooting monster. He's staying out there. But these three guys, Fox at the 1, Harper at the 2, Castle at the 3. Does that work? It gives us 3 ball handlers, gives us decent size. Not a huge team, but I will agree. Some of you have said TSR. Castle can play small forward. He can play the 3 if needed. Like he's 6'6", 215. He's not a small guy. You look at other 3s in the league, they're similarly sized, some even a little lighter. Okay, we have decent enough size. You have 3 guys that can score in the paint. However, this is a big issue, is the shooting. When you look at our three-point shooting for these 3 guys, leaves a lot to be desired. De'Aaron Fox is a lifetime 33% three-point shooter. Stephon Castle in his rookie year with the Spurs shot just under 29%. And Dylan Harper, his 1 year in college, shot 33%. And when you compare these 3 guys to some of the players on the 2 teams in the finals, it's apples and oranges. The Pacers have some snipers. Nesmith, 43%. Siakam and Halliburton, right around 39%. Look at the Thunder. Dort, 41%. J-Dubs, about 40%. SGA, just under 38%. Those guys can shoot. Our 3 amigos here, it could work. I do think it could work the more I think about it, but they have to improve their 3-point shooting. And I'll give you a warning, there's going to be a lot of ifs coming up, but I'm going to be optimistic and hope things work out for our guys. De'Aaron Fox hit 37% of his 3-point shots the previous season. Needs to be that guy again. Needs to be 37% or better, not the 31% that he was this year. Castle and Harper, that's going to be the giant question mark. If they can, and this is asking a lot, but if they can be around 37% 3-point shooters this season, and that's, again, asking a lot from a rookie with Harper, and that's a big jump for Castle. Castle is putting in the work with the guard whisperer, somebody that worked with SGA, the current league MVP. I have faith Castle's going to put in the work. If he can both just get to a little bit above average, that's all we're asking. That opens the floor so much for our guys. And I know a lot of folks are going to be watching like TSR, why are we talking about 3-point shooting? And I'm so tired of talking about 3-point shooting. To unlock maximum Wemby, we need people that can space the floor. The last 2 years, I've watched every game with Wemby in them. And too many times you see a defender sag off of Jeremy Sohan or Stephon Castle and just leave them open and double team Wemby. Or at times we've seen Wemby triple teamed. If we want to unleash MVP level Wemby, he needs room to operate. Unless he's firing off 3s and it's just, he's just going to walk up and do his running 3 or just take a shot 10 feet behind the line, whatever it is. But if he's going to do some work in the paint or around the paint in the post, whatever it is, he needs room to operate. And for that to work, these 3 guys are going to have to work on their shooting. I know they can score in the paint. Great, that's awesome. Castle is turning into a free throw merchant, and he's working with the guy that trained SGA. So that's his free throw attempts probably only going to increase. And having 3 guys that can handle the ball, not a bad thing. Defensively, will this work? Wemby, Defensive Player of the Year. Likely next season, if he plays at least 65 games. Castle's shown he has some defensive chops. Fox, not the greatest defender, but he has led the league in steals, so that is something. And then Harper, to be determined how his game translates into the NBA. So, okay, we got Wemby. We got the 3 amigos. I guess that's what I'm calling them, the 3 amigos. All right. The last question, though, is who plays at the 4 to finish this piece of the puzzle? I think we really need a stretch 4 that can sling some D. And I'd like it to be Jeremy Sohan. However, we've already talked about the 3 guards that need to work on their three-point shooting, and it's not a guarantee all 3 will be 37% or better next season. Might be none of them. God, I hope not. But if Sohan can just be 35% and he's putting in the work, there's videos videos of him out there working on his three-point shot, and the hitch, at least right now, is gone. Will it be gone in the actual regular season when people are watching? That will be determined. But his three-point shot does look better. If he can be average, I think we're set. Yes, it'd be a little bit of a small team. We have the giant with Wemby that's 7'6" or 7. It would be a little smallish, but we've seen Sohan play against centers, so maybe that is our lineup. Or maybe it's not Jeremy. Maybe it's Carter Bryant. Maybe it's Rasheer Fleming. Maybe it's not a draft pick. Maybe it's Kevin Durant. I don't know. I really feel like Spurs fans that we're building something special right now. It's incomplete. And all signs point to the Spurs drafting Dylan Harper. And if these 3 can start, that is awesome. I love it, but I certainly have question marks. And the shooting is absolutely the biggest one. And will we be strong enough defensively? Because Pacers, Thunder play some strong defense. The Thunder, I think, we're one of, if not the best defensive teams in the league. So that's asking a lot of these guys. This is going to be, I want to close up with, this is going to be maybe the most crucial offseason we've had since this channel's start. When I take a look at what we have going on, we've got a point guard in De'Aaron Fox that's set to get a huge contract extension. Is he going to be worth the amount of money that's going to be required to extend his contract? I don't know. He's probably going to get it, but the last year of his contract is going to be what, $55 million? It's going to be a huge contract. Then there's the lottery. We have picks 2 and 14. Are we going to draft 2 players? Harper seems like a lock at 2, but what if the Spurs do trade down? Trade down from 2 to 6 or 8 or whatever it may be. And then just trades in general. What is going to happen, Spurs fans? We're getting beat over the head with rumors. And the 3 that are coming out the most, or there's 4 now. Kevin Durant, I think, is the one that's most likely to happen because he's on a 2-year contract. And the Suns have really no leverage right now. They're blowing everything up. I don't think they're in a great bartering position, if you will. Bartering, you know what I mean. They're not in a great position right now to ask for a whole ton for KD, as far as I can tell. After that, I would say Giannis is next. Then maybe Lauri Markkanen, but Ainge's going to want way too much. And then there's rumors about Jaylen Brown we've already covered on the channel. His contract is massive. I don't see any way the Spurs bring him over here. So what's going to happen with trades? And then, of course, there's free agencies as well. Free agents. Will the Spurs sign anybody? Can we get the Dancing Bear, Gershon Yabusele? What happened to free agency? Such a crucial offseason, Spurs fans. We have options. But in the end, and I'm glad it's not going to fall on my shoulders, I'm just a guy that loves the Spurs. Brian Wright is really going to determine if we're a playoff team or a playoff bust over the next few seasons. This is going to be his biggest offseason with signing, with trades, with the draft. He's got to be Brian Wright on this one. Because if he's Brian wrong on a few things, that could really set the franchise back. I'm rooting for him to nail this one. Harper at 2. If we go Young, Harper, and then Fleming. I'm not really sold on Bryant, but Fleming, Bryant, whatever, at 14, and whatever we do at 38. And it's, if we don't do end up trading, what seems to be the trade scenario I'm seeing from tons of websites is Vassell and then either KJ or HB plus the 14th pick and throw another player in there, I don't know, Brandon, whatever, just to get out of that contract. To bring Kevin Durant, so be it. Durant would obviously start at the 4. That would give us a lot of shooting in the front court with Wemby and Durant, but question marks in the backcourt. I don't know. I just know I'm excited, and I can't wait for the draft to get here. It's, 19 days away. The rumor mill's going to be flying around left and right on things, and it'll quiet up a little bit once the draft is here, but then we're going to have rumors after that. No matter what happens, I'm going to be rooting for the team. If Kevin Durant's a Spur, well, I'm not the biggest fan of KD. I'm going to root for him. He's wearing silver and black. Be rooting for this guy right above me. If he becomes a Spur and whatever else happens, I just hope that I hope it's the right move, Brian Wright. I'm counting on you. And I'm going to enjoy this roller coaster with you guys. I love talking Spurs with you guys. I live in Connecticut, for those that don't know, so there's very, very few Spurs fans. So, sure, getting views on the channel is nice. Making a little money on the side is nice. But getting to talk about something I love with people that love them as well, whether we agree or disagree on the direction, is really a blessing, and I thank you guys for that. And that's all I got. So, like, comment, subscribe. Do you think, guys, what I talked about today, do you think we're building something great? Do you think these 3 guys can start? Or you're like, TSR, nope, too small, not going to work. The league's going big, even though the teams that went big all bigs are no longer in the playoffs. We got teams running small ball, especially in the last 3 minutes of the game, which to me was a shocker. The Chet Holmgren was not on the floor. I was really just, and Miles Turner. The fact that Turner and Holmgren were not on the floor in the last 3 minutes, except for the last couple seconds, last 0.3 seconds, when there was an alley-oop, catch and shoot or catch and tip and type scenario. I really sat there and was like, is this the direction of the NBA? And is this the direction we're going? Appreciate you all. Till next time, and as always, go Spurs go.